abs and arms. We're going to start with alternate plank leg lifts. So you can either do these in a 3/4 plank or in a full plank. Make sure if you're in a 3/4 plank that you've got the weight through the fleshy part of the lower thighs, not on your kneecaps. And then push through the floor with the palms so you take the pressure out of the shoulder joints. And lifting and lowering. So this is great for the full body. You're working the glutes, you're working your lower back, your abs and your arms. Make sure the weight is evenly distributed between all 4 limbs. And pull the shoulders away from the head. Pull the belly button into your spine. And breathe as the leg comes up and exhale as you lower. Try not to lock the elbows, keep them soft. Next thing is your diamond tricep push-ups. So you're going to have your thumbs together and your first finger together to create a diamond. Put that diamond underneath your chest and the elbows go out at a slight angle to your side. If you can do this in a full plank, great. If not, it's helpful to come to all 4s if you're finding it really, really difficult. Or you can take it back to your 3/4 plank. Again, weight through the lower part of the thighs and make sure that your feet are relaxed. Don't lock the elbows on the way up and keep a nice straight spine and a nice straight pelvis. Next up is a side crunch and a tricep push. So we're working the abs and the arms all in one. So you wrap your underneath arm over to your rib cage. You tuck your top arm really close into that lower arm and push up. So you feel that the upper arm of your lower arm is peeling on and off the floor. And you're keeping the elbow really close into your torso. So you're working the tricep of that top arm and you're working your side obliques and intercostals as you push up. Don't lock the elbow on the way up and try and keep the knees and the ankles together. Breathe out through the mouth as you come up and in through the nose as you peel that upper arm down onto the floor again. Try and keep it nice and smooth with no crashing and no jerky movements. Stretch out your tricep and then you're just going to come onto your back, pulling the heels in as close as you can to your butt cheeks, which makes it harder, and we're just going to go for simple pulse crunches. A nice space between the chin and the chest, elbows open, lower back on the floor, and breathing out as you crunch pulse. Press the weight into the feet and think pull the abdominals in so they're not doming, so you feel that they're flattening out with each crunch. Make sure you're not pulling on your neck and you're really working those abdominals. Okay, so we're going to go for this side crunch tricep push-ups on the other side. So you're wrapping the underneath arm over your rib cage and you're tucking that top arm right into that lower arm. And you're pushing through the heel of the hand, squeezing the inside thighs together, trying to keep the ankles together, keeping a long line in the neck. And breathing out as you come up and in as you come down. Don't lock that elbow and make that movement nice and smooth. Next up is your down dog push-ups. So come to a down dog position, push the hips high, push the heels to the floor, feet are hip width apart. Lift your heels and bend your knees slightly. And then the arms are just going to go out to your side. So your elbows are going out to your side, relax your head. So it is just the arms that are getting this movement. Try and push the elbows down as far as you can. You have a flat back. And the abs are lifted. Breathe out as the elbows bend and in as they extend. Again, not locking the elbows, really working on those pectoral muscles. Next up is your fireflies. So you can do these in a 3/4 plank or a full plank. Hands underneath shoulders. And the idea is to get the knees into the armpits or the elbows. When you're in a full plank, you can take the knees right in and then take a crouch back. Try to bend the elbows so you're working the pecs and all the muscles in the shoulders. And you can take your knees to the floor should you need to. Go at your own pace. And try not to hyperextend your back as you crouch back. Next up, we're going to come onto our back and you're going to come up with a 3/4 ab press pulse. So put the hands behind the thighs, come back and just come up to a 3/4 and back down to your half again. So you're keeping the abs engaged all the time. The arms are out to the side of you, so you're not using them to throw the body weight forward. And you're just coming down to that point where you can really feel the abs engaging. Feet are flat on the floor, knees are hip width apart. And you are really working that transverse abdominis. So those abs are engaged for the full 45 seconds. Give yourself a quick stretch. And then we're going to come back into a full or a 3/4 plank. And we're going to go for a tricep push, cross, shoulder, tap. If you can do it in a full plank, great. So just take the elbows. Now squeeze into the rib cage. So there's no gapping between your elbows and your rib cage. Make sure the hands are underneath the shoulders and just gently cross tap. If it's too much, you can come onto all fours and take the forearms down to the floor. So now we're going to go into your wide push-up, so the hands are wider than your shoulders. And you're going to come on to your knees or a full plank and take a single leg lift. So you're working your pecs, your deltoids, your trapezius, and also the abdominals by lifting that leg and the glutes. If you can manage a full press up, maybe try a couple and then just gently pop those knees to the floor, making sure the weight is slightly forward onto the fleshy part of the lower thighs rather than your kneecaps. Elbows out to your side and a nice long neck. Breathing out as the elbows bend and in through the nose as they extend. And you are done. Come back to your child pose with a wide arm reach. Take one arm through, palm up, which will stretch your obliques and your lower back, and change. Come up onto all fours and breathe out as you curve your spine. Flatten the spine off and just look up to open the shoulders. And thank you very much.